If you are looking for a good quality Prebuilt PC on the market that will deliver high FPS in every single game for both 1440p and 4K resolution, this video is going to be for you. I will go over the best Prebuilt PCs that you can find for these resolutions from $1,100 all the way up to $2,000, so if your budget is between those ranges, I highly recommend you watching until the end because I will explain every single PC and what they are capable of running, and don't worry, I will try to explain it as simple as possible in case you're a beginner and you don't know anything about computers. If you're looking for a PC build instead, you will have my website in the video description where you can find the best PC builds for every single budget. Down below you will also find every single Prebuilt PC that I will mention on this video. That being said, let's start. With the first one and the cheapest one on the list, we have the HP 25L. This one is $1,200, so it's not really cheap if you're looking for a low budget system, but on this list is the cheapest and is the minimum I will go with, especially if you want to play at 1440p. You get the Ryzen 7 5700G for the CPU and you get the AMD Radeon RX 6700 XT for the GPU. If you don't know anything about computers, this CPU GPU combo is a 1440p solid combo. It's not going to be the best one, so if you're expecting 1440p highest FPS in every single game at the highest settings, this is not the one. But if you're looking for a solid 1440p 60 plus FPS on average in every title type of PC, this one is actually a really good choice. And for esports titles such as Fortnite, Valorant and CSGO, you will be able to run this type of games at above 200 FPS on average, so if you want a high refresh rate monitor at 1440p, feel free to buy one. You can use this as well for 1080p high FPS, and at that resolution you are getting about the highest FPS that you can possibly get at 1080p without overspending your money. You also get 16 gigs of RAM, 1TB of hard drive and 500 gigs of SSD, which means that you don't have to make any upgrade anytime soon. It's just plug and play. With the next one we have a more expensive system in the Thermaltake i370 from Amazon. This one has the i7 12700KF, which is a really capable both gaming and also content creation slash production CPU, and then you get 16 gigs of RAM and the RTX 3070 for the GPU. The RTX 3070 is better in terms of performance than the RX 6700 XT, but just so you know, it has 8 gigs of VRAM, which is becoming a problem nowadays. However, for most titles you will be fine. But again, if you want to play at 1440p, higher FPS than the RX 6700 XT, so instead of 60 plus FPS on average in every single game, here you can achieve around 70 to 80 FPS on average in every game. You also get a 360 all-in-one liquid cooler, which is honestly an overkill, but you get the i7 12700KF, which makes it perfect in case you want to upgrade the CPU down the line, especially if you want to upgrade to the latest i9 13900K. You also get great airflow with that front mesh panel, enough RGB fans, it looks beautiful, all around a really nice system. But at this price point I would get this Skytech Nebula if you saw it on sale. This is a PC that I've made a video recently and is the best deal on the market, but is not available right now. For that reason I didn't put it on this video. However, in the video description, if I find it on sale, I will put it there, and trust me, you will get the highest FPS at 1440p for a cheaper price. Now with the next one we have another one from Skytech, the Skytech Chrono 2, and this one has the exact same components as the Nebula that I was just mentioning for $1,600, and the Nebula one was $1,200, so for $400 less you would be getting the same exact performance as this PC, but like I said, it's not on the market anymore. For that reason I will explain to you what this system is capable of running. You get the Ryzen 5 5600X for the CPU and the RTX 4070 for the GPU. The RTX 4070 is one of the latest GPUs from Nvidia and it's a really capable 1440p GPU. You can also use it for 4K gaming without any issues. It's not the best 4K GPU out there, and I would recommend it for 1440p really high FPS. There's no game that you cannot run with this system at 1440p. Even the most high demanding games like Flight Simulator, you will be able to run this type of games on ultra settings at least 60 FPS on average, which is really nice. Now if you want to spend even more money, for $1,800 you can get another Chronos, but this time this one is from Amazon, and you get the same exact components, but you get the RTX 4070 Ti instead of the RTX 4070. I currently have the RTX 4070 Ti on my PC build, and let me tell you, this GPU is a really good one, especially for high FPS 1440p, as it will give you the highest FPS on the whole market at 1440p, right next to the RX 7900 XT. But if you want the RX 7900 XT, you're looking to spend way more money on the Prebuilt PC market. And also you get a really good encoder for that GPU, so you will get really good content creation and production performance, but on top of that you get a really solid level of ray tracing at 1440p. If you want to play at 4K, this one once again is not the best one on the market, but it's going to give you a really nice 4K gaming experience, and it will achieve higher FPS of course than the Chronos 2 from Skytech with the RTX 4070. However, if you're planning on playing at 1440p and you really don't want to extend your budget to $1,800, just go with the last one. Honestly, the RTX 4070 will do for most people at 1440p. And with the last one we have the best PC in the Skytech Siege 4 from the website, so you get once again the same components as before with the RTX 4070 Ti, but you get the Ryzen 7 5800X for the CPU. If you don't know anything about components, this CPU is more powerful than the last one, and it's essential not to bottleneck your GPU. With the last CPU, the Ryzen 5 5600X is not going to be a huge bottleneck, so it's not an issue, but if you want to make sure you have zero bottlenecks for 1440p and 4K, this CPU is a better choice, but just note that you're spending $200 extra, so it's up to your budget. Also, because this is an 8-core CPU, it's going to be much better for production work. And if you have more money than $2,000, in the description you always have my favorite Prebuilt PCs of the month for every single budget, as well with every single PC that I've mentioned on this video. Thank you guys for watching, thank you for your support, and I will see you on the next one.